look up and saw it, and it just happened too. I don't know why I
Yeah.
chose not to look up on. Well, howdy, folks. We is back for another day of cooking and having fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. How are you, Lee?
Hanging in there. It's been a little stressful. So looking for a nice hour or so without all the stress.
I hear that.
Yep.
Yeah,
My
we
daughter is in between you and I, and she's probably closer to your side, but
probably.
so she got hit with all that flooding and stuff.
Yeah,
Not as bad as Asheville, but uh,
that's yeah. It's all bad up all around there.
yep. So
Oh, Mavwood's here.
what's up, Terry? Rusty is not here tonight. He couldn't make it due to work, so
Yeah,
things happen.
yeah. We'll be
So
all right.
yep, and Cub's not here. A little
And she made the challenge, folks.
yeah, a little card. Uh, Hit the challenge, then informs me last night that I meant a Wednesday, not this Wednesday.
That ain't what she said.
So and I was like, no, and she said, yeah, well, tough. So I had to
Oh,
brainstorm last night like something fierce, get a shopping list together, and man, I'm hoping. Fingers are crossed.
there you go. There you
What's
go.
up, Charlie? Trying to run this chair. Look on the children's faces when he showed up at the door to receive keto treats. I'm not handing them out.
That's right.
We usually don't have very many trick or treaters anyway, so if we
See,
may get two. So our neighborhood doesn't do anything big. So,
when
but
we we don't have a lot of kids on our street anymore, and in our area, there's only a couple of kids around, and that are,
you want a couple?
huh?
Do you want a couple?
No, no. We but we stopped when our grandkids were closed, and when our kids were small. We did the whole candy routine, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Uh, but now they're the kids are grown, the grandkids are grown pretty much, and not around here. The ones that aren't grown aren't around here. So that's the day that I proposed to my wife. Halloween is.
Ooh.
We go out and celebrate us instead. Now people say, "Oh, that's not good. You ought to do it." I said, "No, I did. I did it for a long time. This time I can celebrate myself.
Right,
And
right.
it's just we love it, and we'll go eat and we'll come back, and uh, by the time we get back, it's dark 30, and everybody, the kids, they're not trick or treating anymore, and all the lights are out.
I'm trying to think when the neighborhood stopped and the parking lot trunk or treats took off.
Yeah,
Like I can't pinpoint an exact year or couple years
right.
that happened, but trunk or treats became the thing
Oh, it is.
because neighborhoods were unsafe.
You got trunk or treat. Neighborhoods do it. Well, our neighborhood did it for a while. Then churches do it. Uh,
Yeah.
I've you know I've seen small towns do it where they have it all just downtown. It's trunk or treat, and all the businesses have it. And
Ours
they
does
go,
that. All the businesses will set up little. I don't want to call them tents, but they're like little kiosks,
yeah,
tables and
yeah,
chairs. They'll sit out there, and the kids just walk by and get
yeah,
the candy. It
yeah.
is so packed. It may take you 2 hours to stand in line to get to the first
Wow,
one.
that's a packed house there.
Yeah, and you're going, come on, man, this thing's only open 2 hours. I ain't gonna make it all the way through.
Yeah,
So,
start them at one end and start them at the other, and start them in the middle. That's the way I see it.
Well, what happens though is you get the ones that go so far, then jump back in the front, cut and get in the front line,
Yeah.
and then they go back through twice.
Yep.
Or multiple times because certain ones think that their kid is more worthy and should have more candy.
And I don't like seeing the teenagers come to my door. I never have.
Yep. Let's see what else we got going on over here. People coming to the neighborhood. Yep. And we used to do that too. We knew where the good neighborhoods were, and that's where we would take the kids to the better neighborhoods. I wouldn't take them like right here because I know if I'm handing out candy, I'm probably one of 2 houses out of 50 that are putting out candy.
Yep.
So our neighborhood kind of stunk, but if you went to the higher end areas, they were putting out, usually they weren't putting out like dollar store candy, like the Fruity Taffy. They actually put out Laffy Taffy or Skittles and not Fruit Bits or whatever the generic name is.
Right. And Maplewood's hip surgery was approved.
That's cool.
Wonderful. My sons and daughters' friends, they knew that I wasn't beyond getting in the island out in front of the house there and just laying low and waiting on somebody to come by and maybe egg the house or do something to it. They knew I was not beyond doing that, and they never knew if I'd be out there, so they left our house alone.
Man, we used to go toilet paper.
See, that was another. They knew that they tried mine. I might be laying out there waiting on them.
Well, that was always the fun thing, was trying to catch them and running them off or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I've been shot at, like guys will put rock salt in their shotguns. I've been shot at. I had a dude one time, mad as hell. This dude was so pissed off. He was glowing red in the dark.
Oh, wow.
Like his face was. And he was, the shotgun was like this close to my head. Right. And he's yelling and screaming, and I was like, all right, I'm busted. Like, damn it. And he's mad as I'll get out, ready to blow my head off, and I'm like, I'm caught. What do we got to do?
Yeah. I'm hearing you. Wow. But yeah, I've laid out on liquor stills for 3 and 4 days at a time, waiting on them to come and work the still.
Oh, yeah.
I can do that. I got patience out the wazoo. And I know how to camouflage myself where you ain't going to find me.
Right.
I ain't saying I'm a ninja or nothing like that, but I'm good at it.
I was always the fat kid, so I could dress in all black and he'd still see me in the middle of the night. Because, you see my big shadow walking somewhere, you're like, yeah, no, that's not a shadow. But lots of parents give out wine. That was a thing there for a while, was the people would sit out there with a cooler, and they'd offer a beer to
beverages,
yeah, or Jello shots. There was one couple that laid out hundreds of Jello shots in a cooler, and they would hand out Jello shots to the parents.
Pickle says, I just have a tofu tub and tell them to grab whatever they want.
Yeah, we're going up to
egged. Yeah.
So my cousin, we went up last year and walked around, and with her son who Cub watches, takes care of. We went up last year and walked around and trick or treated with him. So they invited us back up again this year. So we're looking forward to doing that.
So this week.
Speaking of Cubs, she laid out a challenge for us.
Yeah.
And then
Both.
she bailed.
Yeah, she bailed. And she was, and I'm going to be here and I'm going to cook.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. I got it. It's all good. All right, cool, cool.
Tell her we got her on video evidence that she said this.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I said a Wednesday, not this. And I said, look, kid. But as you see, she's not here.
Oh well, we'll move on.
So she laid out this challenge, and it was what?
That we are to cook Halloween treats using Halloween colors.
Orange, purple, and black.
Yep, orange, purple, and black.
Okay,
So what are you going to do?
and it has to be keto.
Has to be keto, right?
Yes. So I don't know if you watch this channel called Cooking with Dave.
I do. I like it. Dave's good.
Yeah, it used to be the AI Kitchen, and now it's Cooking with Dave.
Because he uses AI to get all of his recipes.
Right. And he just kind of got back on the keto train. But he's doing a lot of sweets and like keto Doritos and stuff like that. So he did and I really liked the guy. I got into him because of the reselling aspect. Just watch it. So I was interested. And then I found the cooking show, and I like it better than the other two channels he's got. But anyway, so I watched he made keto brownies. I love brownies.
Oh, me too.
They are the perfect sweet treat.
Yep.
Anytime that you are upset, down the dumps, mad or all get out, get a brownie.
Yep.
Why? Because when you get a brownie, everything goes away. You feel bliss while you're eating that brownie. And have you ever heard anybody complain about eating too many brownies?
Nope.
No. They'll complain about eating a whole dozen chocolate chip cookies or half a
donut.
But nobody complains about the size of brownie that they eat. I ate half a pan of brownies, and I feel great. So brownies are like the wonder drug. So anyway, we're going to make the cottage cheese brownies from Dave. I screenshotted his recipe that he used from AI. And I'm going to use the little liners. He did. Okay. But the inspiration comes from, when you're going through Walmart and they have all the snacks and stuff up there, and they have those brownies that are in the little things, and then they have the icing on top.
Right.
So I'm going with that. I've got some Cool Whip.
Ooh.
Cheesecake instant pudding.
All right.
This gets mixed into that, and it's phenomenal. You want an awesome treat? Freeze it.
Yes.
And Cub and I found these today. Pink, purple, orange, and green.
See, man, I had a heck of a time finding stuff. I had to get one from Amazon that had 16 of them, and it's orange is one of them that they got. At least it says it is. And so,
Food Line.
Yeah, see, I ain't got a Food Line. That's the problem.
Yep. So that's my idea. Is I'm going to kind of go with the brownie treat with this Cool Whip on top. I've got the oven heating up. I was going to do it on the grill, but I just didn't want to fool with everything today. Oh, and then instead of sprinkles,
fruit, yeah.
Berries. Berries are keto. Berries are about the only fruit that's keto.
Yep.
So, berries.
Yeah. There's very few berries that you can't eat on keto. Most of them you can eat.
And my brownies called for chocolate chips. Well, Dave's brownies called for chocolate chips.
There you go.
But I didn't want to spend the $8 to $10 on chocolate chips.
Yeah.
For a quarter cup.
Right.
So I got the Hershey's Zero Sugar.
Okay.
We'll chop them up,
Pop them up. Yeah.
throw them in there. Good.
There you go.
So what you got?
Well, I get this stuff. What?
I was laughing. Charlie said he prefers Girl Scouts.
Yeah, but they're a little tough.
Well, they can be.
I got King Arthur keto cake here. Cake
Okay.
mix. It works with almond flour also, if you want to do that. But you got to add sweetener to it and all like that. And this has already got it in it, and the ingredients are really pretty clean. So the King Arthur brand is, and so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add a can of pumpkin, just pumpkin, 2 ingredients, this and a can of pumpkin,
Okay.
and I'm going to make cookies.
Okay.
And I've got my food coloring here, and what I'm going to use for my icing is, turn it the right side. My icing is going to be protein powder with a little bit of heavy cream mixed in to make it little. It'll make it a consistency similar to an icing, and put some different color food coloring in it.
Nice. Sounds great.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I had debated on this even. Let me get it. I bought this at Aldi. It's got, you can see the picture on here.
Little cake pan, yeah.
Yeah. 4 of them. You got a ghost, a bat, not a ghost, 2 skulls and 2 bats. And you can make little mini cakes out in it. And this thing would work for that also. This recipe would work for that as well.
Right. I had thought about doing something similar, but I got a couple different skull things. I got a couple pumpkin things, but I was like, let me try Dave's little thing first, and then.
Hey, Rusty.
What's up, Rusty? So, I will say though, I haven't used Trivia. I found this in the back of my pantry in a long while, and it had crystallized and got rock hard, like wax.
Yeah.
So I ran through the old magic bullet, got it back to powder.
There you go.
Can't do that for anybody that's halfway curious, but anyway.
I'm with you. I've done that myself. When it was just because we live in the South, we got a lot of humidity and stuff clumps up.
Yeah. Even if it's closed up, this wasn't closed up. So whoever used it last didn't close it all the way. And so it happened.
Yeah, you live down here, you go in a restaurant and they got the salt shaker on the counter. If it's like Texas Roadhouse or something like that, they're not going to do it. But if you go into like a mom and pop restaurant, diner, whatever you want to call it, and you order something, the salt shaker on the table is going to have little pieces of rice in there to keep it from pumping up.
Well, Mike, I don't have his Cooking with Dave's little ninja chopper, but I dug out the old magic bullet.
It'll work. It'll work. Yep. It'll work.
So, we say we get started.
Let's do it.
I've already got my oven heated up to 350 degrees.
Okay.
So, that's already rolling.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
So, but he's this guy Cooking with Dave has been doing a lot with cottage cheese. A lot of kind of outside the box kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. You say you've been watching him, so.
Yeah, I watch him. He's real down to earth, and I like that.
Yeah, He does everything in the mornings before his kids get up for school.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
dedication. Yeah, dedication.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. I gotta see what
Like
I do.
that's when he shoots his cooking videos. He's a full time eBay reseller type guy, so he does a lot of work while they're at school. He also has another channel where they do like amusement park stuff. I don't remember what that one is, but yeah, he's got 3 different channels.
Well, I've got my uh, oven preheating to 350 also. And now I gotta go get my uh, can of pumpkin. I thought I had it in here.
Okay. Well, I'm starting off with a cup of cottage cheese. I'm gonna drop it in the magic bullet here. Oh. In case you're wondering, it's about half one of these containers. So we'll set that aside. Put this lid on, and we're supposed to flip it on and blend it until it's smooth. If I can get it on there. And if this works, I might have to do like a real video.
You got cottage cheese in there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Start off with 1 cup of cottage cheese.
All right.
It says blend until smooth. I think that looks smooth. Okay. There's cottage cheese everywhere.
All right. Here we go.
Now it says crack 2 eggs. Like you're supposed to put it into a bowl and crack 2 eggs and mix it up.
Okay. I like this King Arthur brand cake mix better than most because it is cleaner ingredients and it's a little more fine than most of them are. I don't know if you can see that, how fine it is. It's pretty fine. It's not cake mix fine, than regular cake mix, but it's the finest that I've been able to find. No pun intended.
I see what you did there. Yeah, the wife wanted something sweet the other day. You know, we've been talking about her little gut stuff.
Right.
Cutting out gluten. Well, I got to remind myself, gluten-free does not mean sugar-free.
Nope.
So I get the gluten-free stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is good, you know. But then my sugar's high, and I'm like, oh, well, imagine that. But anyway, we got her some King Arthur stuff the other day. She really liked it.
King Arthur makes a good thing of stuff. I mean, they got some good stuff. This shows you what humidity's like here. This is clumped up, and it's
Already?
Yeah. but it'll break apart. I should sift, but I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
I'm
I
gonna
still
do
got
this.
apart.
It says I got to whisk up 2 eggs, so I'm just gonna throw it back in this blender
Why not?
because it's already dirty, and I don't want to dirty up another dish. Like it matters, really. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Nobody else is here, so
But yeah, but it saves you a little time cleanup, and you're like me, you do the cleanup for yourself. So
yeah. And if I don't get to it tonight, it'll be bet your bottom dollar it'll be there in the morning.
that's right.
So
And
2
I do.
eggs. 2 eggs. Try to get some of that uh, cottage cheese sauce. Pour that in, and then we got to flip and mix. That is it for this. Oh, I forgot to add the vanilla. I was supposed to have a teaspoon of vanilla,
Uh-huh.
so that's pretty close, I think. Do you think? That look like
Yeah,
a teaspoon? Yeah,
yeah,
pretty close.
close enough.
Close enough. And then we mix this
Some
up.
products you can just kind of, if you go over it, ain't no big deal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the really good vanilla that's like, that I'm paying for. Like a whole, like expensive stuff.
Yeah,
One day I'm going to make my own.
I want to, but it's a process.
It is. It's like anything else. I mean, you just buy the vanilla beans, you buy bourbon or rum or vodka, and drop the beans in there and let them sit for 6 to 8 months.
Yep.
Process.
Yep.
I'm gonna switch to.
It goes a long way with vanilla.
Yeah. All right. Switch to a fork. Got her all mixed in. Now comes the dry ingredients. I even wrote down the list. Oh, hey, I'm missing people here. Hold on a minute. Honey Badger, what's going on, buddy?
Hey there.
Why do bear families and friends never say hi back to them? Sorry, Charlie. I did say hi when you first come in.
Yeah.
They played a video so you can get the views, but you don't actually watch it. Honey Badger, what's going on, buddy?
Well, I'm gonna have to shift this.
Glenn Acres, how are you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. It's funny, this channel is the only place other than the bank and police that use my Christian name. You don't even chop your own herbs and onions? Sorry. Charlie, you're just like slamming me today, dude.
Dang.
It's all right.
Wow.
A rough crowd today. Shoot. Dang. All right. Well. Anyway, thanks, Charlie. I did tell you happy birthday.
All right.
So I got half a cup of almond flour. And I'm skeptical because anytime I use almond flour, it's always gritty.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of intrigued, but somewhere else is that the grittiness isn't there because of the cottage cheese mixture. How true, I do not know.
I decided I needed to sift anyway. Too many clumps in this. Uh-oh, leaf rose up.
There I am. I'm back.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm back. I don't know. It's saying it's on Wi-Fi, but it's also on plugged in, so who knows? Oh, and it calls for a quarter cup of keto sweetener. That's close enough. Okay. So you went to sifting, huh?
Yeah, because this, I got the big ones out with it using the fork method, but there were just too many small ones after that, so I got to sift. And this is gonna take a minute because there's a ton of them, and I don't want to bite in and get nothing that's lumpy.
Got a little baking powder going in. It says half a teaspoon. So 2 of these quarters. And then some salt. Calls for a quarter teaspoon of salt. So let's see if I can get this stupid thing off there.
All right, that's 1 cup.
Quarter teaspoon of salt. And yes, Charlie, we're using a beer bottle as our salt shaker. Because he's going to razz me about that, too. Okay. Why are we using beer bottles as salt shakers? Because we're alcoholics. No, technically, well, used to be. But my wife's dad, when he was alive, was an MGD guy. Miller Genuine Draft.
Yeah.
That was his beer choice. That's what he drank growing up, and he wasn't a big drinker at all. Like, I can probably count on both hands how many beers I've ever seen him drink. And,
well, that was a good beer, too.
yeah. And while he was in the hospital, I mean, he spent 12, well, he was in the hospital about 15 months, I think. But he wasn't going home. He was in ICU for like 11 months. And he wasn't going to go home. So he had said, hey, tell the boy, that was me, I want beer. Okay.
We'll get a beer.
What kind? He said MGD. Not the light. I want the regular. So we got him a 6-pack of MGD. We took it up there. He took 1 sip, and that was it. He couldn't handle no more.
Well, but
it didn't set well with him, but he really enjoyed it. So, so we had went many years where you couldn't find it.
Right. It got hard for a while.
Yeah, you couldn't find it. So recently we were somewhere, Florida, I think. No. Where were we? It'll come to me later. But Delaware. We were in Delaware at the beach a year ago. And we found a 6-pack of MGD. So we got it, and we saved the bottles, and I ordered the little Corona stop things, toppers.
Yeah.
Washed them out really good, let them dry really good, salt, pepper shakers. So now my wife has, a memory of her dad every time she's in the kitchen.
I love it.
So.
I love that.
Yeah, so Charlie. I'm just messing, Charlie. I know. If it wasn't for the ribbon, man, what would we do, right?
Exactly.
I know you're giving me grief, man. It's all out of love. I know. If it wasn't for your kind of love, man, I wouldn't have none, I don't think. Now, it says they had a quarter cup of chocolate chips, so I'm using these little zero sugar Hershey bars.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how many it's going to take, but I'm just going to open them up and cut them up, the little chunks.
Dang it.
So, yeah, that was kind of a special moment when we kind of found that. And then, for my wife and, on some of them particularly hard days, she wants you want to feel a little bit, you kind of go make some eggs and sprinkle some salt and pepper on them or whatever and think of the old man.
There you go.
But, oh. So, yeah.
I love it. Man, this sifting's taking too long.
So, Mike, something else I started the other day, and I've kind of, I don't know, I started a second YouTube channel. I haven't said anything to anybody yet, except for the wife and cub.
All right.
Wife and cub are the only ones to know about it. I did put a little post on Instagram, but I doubt it ever takes off. But anyway, it is Black Ribbon Warrior.
All right.
I've been thinking about doing that for some time now, and basically documenting. I'm going back and pulling up the podcasts that we've done,
Right.
and adding pictures to it. So I'm reposting the podcast once a week on Melanoma Mondays, and so I got like the channel intro, just kind of talk about me, and then episode 1 of the podcast is up. I've already got the video set up for next week, which is kind of just how I'm living with melanoma.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I don't know, it's not doom and gloom, but if you're not into the melanoma stuff, you may not care, which is fine. It's not for everybody, right?
Right. But,
But I'll just throw it out there that this is something else that's coming up.
the way I look at it, if you help one person, it was worth doing.
Well, and that's so when it's come up quite a bit during the talking with the guys in the morning.
Uh-huh.
All these bad things and trials and stuff like that happen to you for a reason.
Exactly.
What's that reason? Nobody knows, except for to share. Okay, I believe, and if I'm not sharing this, then somebody else could use this information and help them get through it, right?
Exactly.
In a way, it's kind of like, not to go all spiritual, but basically creating a church.
Yeah.
In a different aspect, because church is, you listen, you get into it, it's really just a group of people talking about Jesus.
Exactly.
So if we're talking about things to help somebody else out, then we're kind of doing that, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the inspiration there, and it's come up a lot in this men's group, and I just started talking about, the melanoma and all the different stuff that's gone on with it and still going on, because it ain't like you just cut it out and it's done. No. Any cancer patient will tell you no. You are traumatized. You have issues. You have problems.
Yep.
I mean, that's just what it is. And what it came up was during when the wife and I were doing the podcast, I had joined this Facebook group, which I was very shy about doing. But it was, when I kind of flipped on it, it was raw, it was emotional. People were cussing left and right. Like, it fit me great in what I saw. So with that, I said, you know what? I got on there, and it really helped me out to find more people going through the exact same stuff, right? So, long story short, shorter than normal, but there was a lady who was looking for a podcast or YouTube channel or something where somebody wasn't clinical talking about all this stuff. And she said, I found this podcast doing a Google search, and it was mine.
Oh, good.
And she was like, this helped us out so much, and I want to hear more other points of view and stuff. And so I messaged her. I said, hey, that was my podcast. And she's like, man, just hearing, you guys' points of view done so much for us, because her husband was just recently diagnosed. So it's kind of giving them a little something to look forward to. So, oh, Mike, this is good.
That's good.
It's not real gritty at all.
That's good. Now, folks, I had to add some pumpkin spice because if you could get a spice cake mix with a keto mix, I would have done that, but you can't. So I got a white cake or a yellow cake, whatever you want to call it, and I'm adding this pumpkin spice in there to make a spice cake.
Okay. So yeah, it's been kind of sitting on me for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger, got it up. I'm my only subscriber right now, and it's fine. I'm not begging for subscribers, but
well, send me a link. I'll get you a subscriber. They're here.
And the whole premise is just to kind of help somebody else out, because I don't know everything, but I can tell you like what I'm doing to get by.
Right.
And the little video coming up Monday is what I wear cutting grass, going outside, the long sleeve sun shirts, bucket hat, and stuff like that. So if there's something somebody wants to know or hear, like I plan on getting into like talking about what sunscreens to wear and that kind of stuff, but it's kind of the diet plan, because there's so many misconceptions on what to eat. It comes around that, sugar causes cancer. No, it doesn't. If you have a high sugar diet, the cancer cells will feed on the sugar, but that doesn't cause cancer.
Right.
So just some little stuff like that, I think I'm going to try to incorporate in there, and just show kind of how I'm living.
And folks, this is not pumpkin pie filling. This is pumpkin puree.
And that's a big difference. Why?
Well, because pumpkin pie filling has a ton of sugar in it, and this is just purely pumpkin. So the only carb you will be getting is from the pumpkin, and when you use it from it, that's what you get from it at least. Okay, let's see if I can start mixing this up now. And I'm hoping that I'll get it where it's not just a big clump of mess. I have not, with the way it is with most of my stuff, I have never made this before. I've I looked it up and I've made a modification on it. I can tell you one thing: this pumpkin pie spice, man, it's smelling good.
You know, the kids are always like, I went through a phase where I really like pumpkin spice, and I do. And I always would buy the pumpkin spice flavors because I'm like, oh, I like pumpkin spice.
Right.
But then, we found some, I'd get it, and the kids are like, oh, Dad, they got this. You're such a basic white girl or whatever. I'm like, whatever. But I could never find something that had like an overwhelming flavor. It was
Right.
always mild.
Wasn't gonna be anything extra.
So I'm kind of like, I don't know, kind of turned off of it right now.
Make your own.
Yeah. I was watching, you remember Cam and Teresa?
Yeah.
They made his Buzz with a Cuz. He was showing his pumpkin spice latte that he makes. And it looked pretty good.
All right.
There's one tray. I am going to do like Dave did and chop up to put some chocolate chips in on the top.
Yep.
Just to make sure that I get some in every bite.
I love that idea. I'd have to put some nuts in it too. Pecans, man, they're made to go into brownies.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting the semblance of it. I should have used a mixer for this, but it's all right. We're good to go. I did it fairly well incorporated, so I'm happy with it.
All right. So I got to get another.
I'm going to taste this and see what it tastes like. Oh, that's good.
So that's one tray. Let's start another tray. So anyway, Mike, I was thinking about doing some interviews, if kind of like the chats like we was doing, kind of previous,
Yeah.
one-on-one. So don't know that anybody'd really be interested in a long-form video of that, because when I posted a few of the podcasts on the Smoke Bears channel, they didn't get any views. But I get it because it's kind of doom and gloom, and that ain't why people come to YouTube.
No.
And I'm not keeping up with the chat, so.
Yeah, I can't either. It's hard to do that and do this cooking. Mixing.
Yeah.
All right. We got that incorporated real well. I'm happy with that. Now, wet cloth. Just take a towel. Clean up my wash space. Watch out, buddy. Come on, buddy. Move out the way. Well, my Braves, they didn't come through last night. Boca Raton, Florida. Don't know a soul there.
I've been getting all kinds of weird calls. Well, so let me go ahead and plug the show this Sunday.
All right, go for it.
Shameless plug. If anybody that watched knows that Rusty and I had a little bet going on who was going to win the ball game. The loser has to make something in the colors of the winning team.
There you go.
So, fortunately, I didn't have to figure out how to make blue stuff.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I got a
Shoot.
somewhere. There it is.
This took more than what I thought. Keto Dave, he didn't even get 2 dozen. I've already got 2 dozen.
Oh, wow.
I must have a smaller pan. Let me see here.
Get my cookie sheet out. Need some parchment paper.
And the third. Oh, there's Tom's Food Factory.
Hey, Tom.
I did watch the there was a place in Columbus, Ohio that was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives called Tommy's. It was very underwhelming. Like I was expecting a little bit more, but I hadn't watched Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives in quite a while, and I was kind of like, really? That's it? So
Well, let's see. Where is it at? I've got a scoop here somewhere. This is why you need to get stuff out beforehand, Mike.
oh,
Oh, come on, man. Where the heck is it? Somebody done gone through this and got it out, I think. Oh, nope, there it is. I believe. Nope, that ain't it. That ain't it. Thought it was. Yeah. Sometimes people like where it tastes better.
so I also got a kind of a question for everybody, but also kind of a shout out. You guys have seen Rob over at the Poor Guy?
Yeah.
They did a taste test video of canned chili
Oh, yeah. Okay.
made by Jack Link's.
Huh.
So I had seen that at Walmart. There's like 3 or 4 flavors, and I was going to get them. And I decided against it. And according to their, like out of 4 of them that tried it, they all hated it.
Don't work. Gotta get put together.
So I don't know if anybody else watched that video in the chat. Have you tried that? And what did you think of it if you did? All right.
I'm just gonna make dough balls here. Thought I could use my scoop, but it doesn't want to. I can't get it to stick together good without doing my hands. It sticks just fine, but I can't do it without the hands. So I apologize for my hands, but hey, it's my family, not yours, and they don't care.
Okay. Set that over here. All right, I'm gonna run these into the oven.
Okay.
So y'all don't go nowhere.
Well, look at it. If I run out of time and can't ice these, it's still orange. You know?
Yep, yep. Man, how in the heck am I supposed to carry 3 trips?
3 trips.
I did not think this through.
I don't think these are going to spread. I think they're going to stay pretty much the size of put them down to.
Okay. Well, that took a whole lot longer than what I anticipated.
Yeah, this have too. That sifting's what got me. I wasn't anticipating it. I didn't know it was going to be that bad clumpy.
Oh, okay. So now we move on to. This is actually really good. This. All right. So now I'm going to move over to the colors because she put out 3 colors. I got a different mixing bowl. But wait, why? Oh. So you start with the coup with. And you got to have, it won't taste right if you don't have a Star Wars spatula. It won't come out right. Just trust me on that. It won't come out right.
I believe it.
So Star Wars spatula is a must. Okay. The whole tub. You can mix this in the tub most of the time, but I'm not doing most of the time. So we're going to dump the whole thing in, get it all. And this is fantastic just with the fruit mixed in it.
Yeah.
Because now what we're going to do, get some water for me. Okay. Oops. Box of cheesecake Jello zero sugar. Jello pudding. Cheesecake flavored zero sugar. Comes in a little packy. Starbucks Apple Crisp Keto. A couple days ago, it was good. Okay.
I didn't know they had keto stuff.
I did not either. Uh,
All right, there we are. I got 15 cookies.
Oh, let's see. Charlie is speaking with a forked tongue.
Now, should I put the little hashtag on them with the fork?
Might as well. So basically, I dump that in, then I'm going to fold it to mix. Just kind of blend it in.
We'll go light.
Let's see. Charlie, I didn't yell at you. Formerly, the dude formerly known as James. Columbus should be known as TJ's Barnyard Busters. Okay. Let me get some currywurst. What is that? Char bar.
You know what? I'd try that. In the worst way, I'd love to have some of that.
Now, is that like bratwurst in curry? Or is that curry in the bratwurst?
Okay, a little light hashtag on there.
So now I'm going to take.
Let's go for the oven.
Let's see what this says. Somebody ran their car in the char bar. Yeet. Okay, so now I'm going to split this into two. So I'm going to put half in here, half in here.
Let's.
Okay. Now we're going to check out our food colorings. Let's see what we got going on. The currywursts. Currywurst is a brat with a curry sauce, kind of like ketchup.
Alexa, set up 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, that actually sounds pretty darn good. Here's the orange. Oh, it's like a gel.
Well, the gels do better with chocolate. Than other stuff does.
Well, that looks pretty darn orange.
Good look at it.
That looks safety orange.
Oh yeah, that's orange.
That's like safety orange. Caution, orange barrels.
Yep.
Well, that worked pretty darn good. By chance, anybody got a time on when I put those in the oven?
Uh-oh. No.
Oops.
Sorry. You're going to be winging it.
Oops.
That's all right. That's what live is all about.
Yeah. Well, it said 12 to 15 minutes, so I don't think it's been that long.
No, it hasn't. Mine's in there, and it's got to go 15 to 20.
So again, the matching Star Wars spatula for the purple gel.
my stuff won't have time to cool down to ice.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
So I'm gonna do it without the icing. Just know that I'll show you what I'd use for it.
Charlie, I believe you've had currywurst. I believe there's not much you haven't had. Springfield residents making their way to Columbus. Yeah. Do you call? What do people call you? They call him honey badger.
Oh, that was bad there.
8 minutes ago. Man, I told you, Charlie, I'm not paying attention. Oh, that's when he put it on. Okay, that's why I put it in the oven. Sorry, I got you.
So I used Devotion Nutrition. I've made an icing with it before. Let's see if I can get it where it doesn't. Man. And this is simple cinnamon. And I figured the cinnamon flavor would help this even more. So that's what it would have been. Just take a little bit of it out. I'm here to tell you, you can take this off and go, and you can smell the cinnamon. It's in there. You could use other types too. This is a multi-use type of protein powder. It's very good for baking. It's the best that I have been able to find for baking.
Look at how purple that is.
Oh yeah, look at that, man.
Yeah. So, what I'm going to do to try to firm them up a bit, because they've been out for a while, and I'm going to put them in the freezer while these cook and cool.
Okay.
Oops.
There you go.
Kind of same thing here. Well, all right. So that part's getting completed. So far, this is a pretty fun cook here, Mike.
Yeah, I enjoyed it doing this. It was the sifting was time consuming. I wish I had pre-sifted a box of it and just showed you another box that I've got what it was. But you live and learn.
Well, I had toyed with starting it early, and then having finished, and then going that way, but didn't happen.
Yeah.
So 12 to 15 minutes, and then I'm ready to go check them. So,
excuse me.
Yep. So, what else you got going on?
These all over where I was cooking it.
What else you got going on?
Cooking wise or just in life?
Well, they both go hand in hand.
Paige had a doctor's appointment today, eye doctor. And she didn't have to. So you go 8 minutes ago. That was at 7:05. So you're at 12 minutes right now.
Okay.
And they didn't have to put a shot in her eye, so that was a good visit.
Good. Brother Bill?
He had a doctor's appointment today. It went well. that was a good visit for him. So yeah,
Nice.
me, I'm the chauffeur. Chief
Yeah,
cook, boss, washer, chauffeur.
we got scans and stuff coming up this month, so scan anxiety starts to set in, and some days you're all right, some days you're like, what the hell?
Yep, I totally understand this.
Yep.
Let me take a peek through the door here. Oh, it's starting to look pretty good. Pretty good. I got there about halfway through there. So you might
All
want to
right.
look in on yours.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Thanks, Rusty, for checking it out and figuring out when it was. Gonna be over an hour tonight, folks. Sorry. On the cook. I think this may be the first time we've gone more than an hour. That's all right. We got a pretty good record. We've come close. May have actually ticked it and gone over just a hair, but we're gonna bust it wide open tonight. I'm gonna be a good. Well, we're right at about 10 minutes. Ten. Well, we're right at an hour right now
Yep.
of actual cook time. So, and mine's got 6 minutes and 13 seconds at the minimum left.
Yeah, I need a couple more minutes. They weren't completely done yet.
Yeah,
But it happens.
yeah. You never know. You got to look.
It's this has been a good break from our week.
There you go. There you go. And I like to do with brownies. I like to leave them a little fudgy.
Yeah, the toothpick didn't come out clean.
Yeah, I don't want the toothpick. If I can get it to where it doesn't come completely out clean, just a touch on there still, that's perfect. That's a little fudgy then.
Yep, being that I'm pulling them out, they're in the wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be a little firmer.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. For yours, you'd have to do that. If it was in a pan, you wouldn't have to.
Oh man, they're in the pan. I can cook it halfway and be like, oh.
Uh huh. There you are. It's good. That's good to go. Let's dig in and have at it.
Here I am sitting there eating all these berries.
Oh, oh well.
Some nights that's my dinner.
I,
We'll keep strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries all kind of mixed up in a big container. And if I have the Cool Whip mixed up with the cheesecake Jello, man, one packet of this to one tub.
mm-hmm.
Oh, and then you
I've
put the
got,
berries in.
I've got a thing of whipped cream in there right now that has the butterscotch pudding. I
Oh,
use Simply Delish pudding mix instead of Jello, and it's good. It's real good.
so what about channel shout outs? Any channel shout outs you got? Aside from the wonderful people we've been watching or that are watching us?
Um, let's see.
I know Tom's been doing his
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
It seems to be going pretty good. He seems to be enjoying that.
yep, yep. And he's the knee's doing real good. He's so that's good. He's playing again with the band, and I do believe that he loves to cook, but I do believe his first love is music. And
Speaking of which, Bearded Italian,
yeah,
shout out to you.
there
Yep,
it is, a perfect one, and you shouted out uh, um, four guys,
yep.
so that's a good one. Rob, um, let's see, uh, Charlie over at Cooking Secrets for Men.
Yep.
Oh
Okay.
man, that man can cook. I mean, he can cook. And he does a thing where he brings in people from the community there in Milwaukee where he lives and
Yep.
does a cook with them. They'll cook with him. And I mean, he's had the mayor in there. The mayor of Milwaukee came to the man's house and cooked with him. You
Yep.
know,
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
But I
yeah,
guess because of what his wife does, he's around those kind of people.
yeah,
I mean, I've been in a couple functions where the mayor's been there, or the House representative, like somebody in politics is there, the governor or whatever, but not
right.
like, hey, this is, you know,
They don't walk up,
yes,
hey, Lee.
yeah. No, they look at me and they go, security. Yeah.
Oh, me. Uh, yeah, let's see, who else? Oh, the grilling dude.
Yep. Grilling dude.
The
Kevin
dude's
and
got
Man
good
Kitchen's
stuff.
been doing a lot of good stuff.
Yep. Um,
Scotty's backyard.
yeah, yeah, Scotty's backyard.
He's
Uh,
that guy, man. He puts out all kinds of good stuff.
Kent.
Been
Uh,
working with that company, Dustin, him and
uh-huh.
Tommy. So I don't know if you know Hardcore Carnivore. They've had a black rub out for years, and that's one of my wife's favorite. And the ingredients sounds pretty much like what's in Dustin. Dustin has a few less, but yeah,
Yeah. Speaking of Dustin, Keto Simple,
yeah.
that's his channel.
Yep.
That's
So
um,
what have you been watching that you're like, wow, that was really cool, and I gotta try to recreate that.
I haven't been able to watch much. I stay too busy. I stay too busy. Just got too much stuff going on personal. Real life
Okay.
gets in the way. I can't watch. I just have no time.
Yeah.
Uh, Now let's see. My
I gotta
time's
go check.
coming up. Let's look at it and see how it looks.
Yep. Let me go check this real quick. Charlie, hold down the fart.
Go down the park. I think maybe just Alexa off. Alexa, set a timer for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now I'm going to do something else here with this, and I got something that's called Flavor God. If you haven't tried their stuff, my lord, it's good. And this is their buttery cinnamon roll, and I'm gonna sprinkle that on the top of these cookies. So mine's just a couple of minutes away, I think, from being done. Now these things may fall apart, but I really don't think they're gonna. And if they do, that's fine. Crumble cookies are just as good as others. So, um, speaking of him putting berries with the red blueberry blackberries, have y'all noticed? When I was a kid, I know there's seeds in blackberries. I know that. But when I was a kid, it seemed like there were less seeds in there than there are now. I mean, they're loaded with seeds right now. Look at that. Them's good. Them is good. Did you hear what I said about the seeds, Lee?
What kind of seeds?
Blackberry seeds.
Oh man, I was just so we've been eating a lot more berries, right? And I
Right.
noticed that the blackberries, like they just get stuck in your teeth till
Uh-huh.
later.
Right.
But I noticed that it seems like there's more than what there used to be.
I agree. It just seems
I
like
don't.
there's way more in there. just way more seeds in there these days, and I don't know why. Unless they, done some kind of modification with it and done some of that hoodoo voodoo stuff on it. Alexa off.
Templin Acres, where do you get it? What are you talking about? Oh, the spice.
I have to order it from online.
Oh, your pumpkin spice?
No, the Flavor God cinnamon.
Oh,
Buttery cinnamon roll.
okay. So, have you done, kind of a question for everybody in the chat, Mike,
Uh-huh.
have you done a pumpkin spice protein? Chicken, pork butt, ribs?
I have not. That's a good idea, though.
So I've done it a couple times, the pumpkin spice pulled pork. And it's okay. I mean, you don't get like a overwhelming punch of pumpkin spice like you just cracked open a fresh thing of pumpkin spice Starbucks creamer, like the jug. You don't get that, but it was okay. It was real earthy, which makes sense. But just curious if anybody else had done anything like that.
I'm putting this on here, and I'm going to bring this over here where y'all can see this next. I figure it's hot enough. It might just actually stick to it. And I'll have it. I was afraid it'd burn if I put it on before I put it in there. Because cinnamon does burn real easy. At least my cinnamon, when I tried it, does. No, put it in.
Pumpkin spice tilapia. What?
There it is, folks. That's my cookies right there. And it's orange.
Now, Mike, did you ever try the pumpkin spice Spam?
No, because it was out when I saw it, and I said, I ought to get that. But I decided not to. Then I said, I'm going to go back and get it. By the time I went back, there were like 5 or 6 cans that was on the shelf. And when I went back, they were all gone. And then we're talking like 2 or 3 hours later is when I went back.
Right.
Now, normally I would take the parchment paper and I would take it and I'd put it on a cooling rack with the parchment paper to cool off. But I'm going to try to do the taste test before that.
Yeah, I'm just laying mine out right here. I still got a whole other pan in there, but I want it to cool down a little bit.
Right.
I should stick this in the fridge, but I think we're getting close on time, ain't we?
Yeah, we're at 7:24, so we're an hour and 24 minutes in, and we're about 14 minutes over the hour mark for cooking.
Well, do we want to finish her up and get her going, or?
Yeah, I'm going to try this taste test here.
All right, let me get my icing.
Oh, man. Mm-hmm.
They look good.
This is good. You're still over here with your mouth. It's hot.
Very good.
She likes it.
Yum, yum.
She likes it. Pardon me for talking with my mouth full. There you have it, folks. Pumpkin spice cookies, pumpkin cookies, some cake mix, and canned pumpkin puree. I'm sorry, not puree. Puree. That's mighty tasty. I think you could use yogurt and do a different type of cookie. You could use cottage cheese whipped, blended cottage cheese. Um, and put that in there. It wouldn't be pumpkin, but you could do it to make a cookie.
The only thing she said was it had to be Halloween, like in keto,
Right,
and then the colors.
right. Yeah, his daughter Cub, she laid a challenge on us and said she was going to participate. And the challenge was to make a Halloween tree with it was keto and had orange, black, or purple colors.
Okay.
Lee's doing purple and orange. I did orange. This is orange. The cookies are orange. And I had an icing that I was going to put food coloring in, but don't have time to put that on because it's not going to have time to cool down enough to be able to sit on it. To sit onto the thing, to sit on top of it without getting runny, because it's too hot. But and then she bailed on us and didn't do it. She said, "Oh, I didn't say this Wednesday. I said a Wednesday. I'll cook with y'all."
A Wednesday. We don't know when.
Right. Yeah, we're giving her a hard time. She's good.
She left.
Yep. She went to trivia. Man, that's good. I get that lingering effect from the pumpkin. Oh, man. And the cinnamon. And you could have probably put some more pumpkin spice in there and it would have been fine. It wouldn't have been overwhelming. And I put probably a tablespoon in it, roughly.
I know, Miss Page, I'm using a white plate, but I have to have the contrast.
Yeah, in this case, the white plate works. She's got orange and black, or orange, black, and purple.
Oh, okay.
Contrast.
Those are
There you go. There you go. That'll work.
What is it?
He's got a cutting board that's wood.
You know what? I'll just go with the plate. I was going to try to change it up, but this page is just right.
I don't know what's going to show up. Yeah, that blends in.
Too much?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The black's not even going to show up.
Are you looking at this?
Yeah. The purple and the orange are going to be, they're okay. But the black.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yep.
That look all right?
Yep, it does. Those look fine on that. Put a black one there and let's see what it looks like just to see.
The what?
Put one of the black ones on there.
Just to see.
Oh, these are just
right, without the icing. Let's see how they do.
I wasn't going to put those on.
No, just sit it on there to see how it shows up.
I know y'all got
Yeah, that's not enough contrast for that one.
So I was just going to take a snap of these.
Yeah, you did good with your colors. Great choices.
Okay.
Get a plate.
I think it's the sweetener that's throwing it off.
What's that?
I think the sweetener is what's throwing it off for me.
because it's got erythritol in it,
Yeah,
and that
I think
if you haven't used erythritol, it tends to have a cooling effect with the taste, and some people don't want it because of that.
no. This is more that. Nope, it's the almond flour.
Gritty,
Well, not the gritty. You know how when you eat a thing of toasted almonds,
yeah,
how you got that aftertaste? It's kind of not bitter, but makes you go, huh?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Where's Miss Page?
Come take a look, darling.
Well, I have a question for her.
Oh, yum.
I
Okay.
have a question. Here's my plate. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Raspberry. All
Mm.
these parts are purple. Blueberries. I think the blueberry.
Yeah,
Yes,
Or
blueberry.
black.
I vote blueberry.
yeah.
Go blueberry.
That's my vote.
Well, that's mine too. Now, my wife will not eat these because of that almond flour taste.
Oh.
I know that because it is a little bit. I mean, otherwise they're good. All right.
Those are,
Do they look like little brownie cupcakes?
yeah,
They do.
they're pretty.
Love it. Now, can you just send me one over the?
Yes. Let me get a snap. Let me get a picture, and then you can have as much as you want.
And what are yours?
Mine are pumpkin cookies.
Is there a different alternative to flour, keto flours, besides almond flour and coconut flour?
Uh, you can use lupin flour, but you're gonna have to cut it some. Using all of it can be a little rough. Using nothing but that can be a little rough. Um, Victoria's Kitchen, she's got a channel and she's come up with a keto flour blend. I have not tried it, but I have heard people talk about it. They have tried it and they rave about it. But it's the closest thing they've had to real flour. Yeah, please. Okay, that's fine.
Mmm. Okay. With the Cool Whip, way better. Way
Okay.
better. Yeah. And then the berry gives you that little pop, something. Okay. Okay. I can get down with that.
All right.
All right. Well, cool beans.
All right. Dang it. Why do I always forget to kill the live thing?
What's going on, Tal?
Okay.
Let's see. Watching and sign off. Yeah, we could be a minute there, Rusty. So
You're about done now. I'm done. Mine's right here. That's what they look
those
like.
look good.
Yeah. Those are and they are really tasty.
And I'm here to tell you, if you were to eat just this brownie, you kind of get that burnt almond taste.
Yeah.
You toast them just a little bit too long, you kind of get that burnt almond taste. But with the Cool Whip, I'm for it.
Good. They look delicious.
Yeah.
And
I
hey,
can
you
smash
can
them
go
open.
Cool Whip. And Cool Whip, hey, can't go wrong.
Right. Even if it's colored.
Right.
So, all right. Well, cool, man. I said we get out of here, let everybody get back to their evening.
Let's do it.
So remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week, everybody.
Let's be careful out there.
Stay safe. And we're out.